What's up guys, it's Caramel Sunday. Today we're going to be playing a game called The Forest. The Forest is a open world horror survival game and it's actually quite entertaining. One of the more entertaining survival games. Well, I don't know really more to say. It's very good and yeah, so aside from like a playthrough, I'm also going to be doing like sort of a walkthrough. You know, I'm going to be telling you guys some facts along the way, because I do know quite a lot about this game. Oh look, I got the exact same plane spawn as I did last time. I tried to play again, but my computer shut down for some reason, and I lost the save. So, I actually did like 2 episodes on this, and I forgot to save, and the whole thing just went tits up, so... But it doesn't really matter. It's not the game's fault, so don't worry about that. Yeah. So, where to begin? This game, it's very good. It's very fun. You will enjoy playing it. It's very long term. It'll take you a while to... it will take you a while to actually... I don't know. It'll just take you a while to set up a base and stuff, but I don't know, it's very fun, especially when you're playing multiplayer. I find it very fun. So yeah, right now, this is the main cannibal village. So not all cannibal villages are gonna be this big. The world is quite small. One thing I sort of hope is that they'll add a bit more to like, you know, explore, because it can get a bit small, but there's a pretty complex cave system which I enjoy. Oh, what the hell was that? No, that was a really weird animation there. So I'm gonna hang around here for a while, and I'm probably gonna get some things. Usually, I'd say head right from the sun, but at this point, it doesn't really matter, because, I already know I can't use that strategy when you are near the main cannibal camp. So, yeah, so this is the main cannibal camp. The stuff here respawns every once in a while, which is very useful, because it's got a lot of stuff. It's got dynamite. Dynamite is very important for a lot of things. It's the main ingredient to the gun. Getting the gun. The gun is, you can get the gun in like a day, but it's very difficult. And it's not very fun. You just won't get to do the exploring that you'll do later on. Well, don't eat them, they're twin berries. Actually, no they aren't, they're blackberries. Before you eat these, always be sure to look at the berries, to actually like, look at the berries, because these are blackberries, but sometimes there's, twin berries, which are poisonous, and they can actually do damage to you. They don't do that much damage. They do like, I don't really know how much. I don't really know how to put it. They don't do enough. They should do a little bit more to make it more of a, I don't know, I don't know, a bit of a mistake. Bit more punishing. So yeah, usually there'll be heaps of cannibals, but this is day 1, and they don't really want to make it. They don't really want to scare you away from the game on day 1, I assume. So there's nothing really here at the moment. Something that I like to do, this is like the first weapon I'll make in the game, is the first script I'm suffering. And a good weapon, a good start of the game weapon, that does decent damage. It's quite slow hitting, but the enemies, they're not very dangerous at this time. This is the skull clod that I just made. It's very useful. It's very slow. It's like the slowest attacking weapon in the game, but it does a ton of damage. But there is better things out there that you can get. And remember to break the effigies, especially if you see these effigies, because if you see these effigies, you can break it, and they drop a booze. And booze, you'll find out how useful that is later. Like, you can combine this, and don't think you can actually. I think you might have to put the booze on first. Yeah, alright, well, you can combine that with that, and you can also combine... Oh. So if this comes up on your screen, just do that, and then it'll go away. I think that's if you're a bit too fast, if you just go a bit too fast there. I'm gonna pull this out just in case something attacks me. This is a weapon, which means you can't break trees with it. There's a few weapons you can break trees with actually. There's a machete. The machete you can just hit trees, and it's not very good at cutting the trees, but it is good at it's good at killing people, I suppose you could say, and it's also good for farming tree sap. Tree sap is very good for upgrading your weapons, and it's very useful. You're going to need to upgrade your weapons in the game. I suggest doing 10 teeth, 10 glass, and 10 feathers. So you get because if you want a really high damage weapon, and if you add all teeth or all glass, then it will actually you won't get as much as if you just put 10 teeth, 10 glass, and 10 the other stuff. You just won't get as much. So so if you look at the sun, and you sort of you want to go this way if you land at the main cannibal village. And remember to break, if you see a rabbit, kill it, and break as many trees as you can, because you're gonna need the sticks. But you probably have a lot of sticks by the time you're out of there, because you'll be breaking a lot of effigies. But you can do this, and you can light your weapon on fire. And I don't know why you can't do it with this, but you can combine booze with it, and it goes for a lot longer. I'm not sure why I couldn't do it with this weapon, but I think they might have vaulted that sort of whole idea, but I don't see why they would. If you want to make a slingshot as fast as possible, because you can kill lizards with it, which will give you some armor, and you kill rabbits, which can give you like more storage space. You can make like a stick bag, and you can make a small rock bag. They're down here. You can hear them. Now these down here, if they're gonna be, you probably heard that, but I'm not really. You might not have heard that, but it was a cannibal. Cannibals aren't very strong at the start of the game, but they do. You can get like painted cannibals. Alright, if you come across the shoreline, turn right, or if you hear that, that's a cannibal. I don't know where the fuck they are, but they are somewhere around here. You just turn right if you come towards the. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna turn right, but it's very situational. You know. And eventually, if you just follow the shoreline and follow it, I'm not really sure how you're meant to find your way. Maybe use a map. There's a lot of forest maps, but you eventually come across here. This is probably the best. This is probably my favorite place in the game to build. Well, not. This isn't exactly over there on that massive, like cliff over there is my favorite place to build because you can wall it off. It's quite expensive to wall off. It'll probably take like 100 something logs, which is actually a lot of time. You have to cut off. If it's 100 logs, it's about 50 trees, or so, and that depends what place you're cutting. But if you look at 50 trees. Like, that's a lot of trees. You're going to be cutting out. You're going to be spending a lot of time cutting. Yeah, you're going to want, you're going to want a lot of, stuff. Right, so, also, you can look around here. If you look around the, shore, like, along these beaches, you'll find some booze as well. First of all, I want to skin you. And I want to take your shell. I also want to skin your friend, who just conveniently stumbled across here. Aim for the heads of turtles, because if you hit their shell, they will go under their shell, and you can't kill them, which is really annoying. So yeah, I like to build my. You want to build a houseboat? There, the houseboat's right there. And just build it here, like right here. And with the dynamite you collected, if you spawned at the thing, if you have dynamite, you can actually break a lot of trees. You can place dynamite on trees. And I'm gonna put one right here, and I think I might be able to get all those trees. Let's see, alright. And I might get a lot of trees here. Yeah, see, I've got 4 trees there. Oh, I got 5. That's, yeah, so that's 5 trees there, and then, so yeah, if you have good placement, you can get a fuckload. I'm gonna put it here. I'm not sure if I'll get the other ones. Actually, I'll put it here just in case. So then I think I got like 4 in shot there. So, yeah, that is a good way to get logs fast. I'm just gonna do that and drop them down the hill, and then roll down. If you want to drop the logs, the logs roll, and you can drop them like that, and they should roll there. But in this case, I'm just gonna put them here. Eat blueberries. Even if you've got maxed out health and hunger, eat blueberries. They are useful for you want that seeds. But if they're near your base, maybe not eat them because they can be a pretty good reliable source of food. Can you go away, please? There you go. So yeah, this is half the game pretty much. It's grabbing logs and putting them over here and putting them near where you're building. Yeah, it's a bit infuriating. I think that's one thing they should change is just how much logs you need to do, like how much logs you're gonna need, because it's just how much logs you need to make things. Like, I think this could be 30 logs, and I think I think it would just have the same effect if it was just 30 logs, because I mean the amount of logs you need to build really small things is pretty intense. Like, I get that it's a pretty realistic building system. I really like it. But it's just a lot of the game you just sit here grabbing logs, cutting down trees, grabbing logs, rinse and repeat until you've made a thing. Don't get me wrong, it's a fun game, but it requires a lot of farming, like all survival games, I suppose. But this one just requires a lot of time just to build your bases. Doesn't really matter, but it gets a bit overwhelming, but you know, still very fun. One thing I like about this game though, the inventory system, it's so clean. Like, you know how with most games you gotta pick wisely what you want to carry. With this game, you can just walk into a room, and if a room is full of loot, you can just spam E and pick it all up, because the inventory system with this game, you can't carry too many of the same thing. It's made like that. Oh, these are rolling into the ocean. It's made so you can't carry too much of the same thing. So instead of having like, you can carry, so say you want sodas, you can only carry 10 sodas. But you can only carry 10 sodas, right? But with other games, you can carry 99 sodas, but you'll have no room for anything else. But with this room, you can carry only 10 sodas, and you can only carry, and then you can, if you want like some chocolate bars, you can carry 14 chocolate bars, and it's so much easier than other games. And the building system, you know, it's a lot more realistic than other games. And like, over time, the more you play, you build your athleticism, and you build your strength, which means it gives you harder hits and stuff. Building near building near a beach is good for a lot of things as well, because with birds and stuff, I've just completely changed the subject, but with birds and stuff, there'll be seagulls, and seagulls, they'll drop 5 feathers, right? Birds near the blackbirds and like other birds will drop like 4 and 3, and the small birds will drop like 3 feathers. But feathers are quite important. Building arrows is very important in this game. And also remember to save as very frequently, or else, like, the other playthrough that I was playing with, completely I was completely lost because I didn't save properly. I didn't save frequently enough. And I just lost everything in an instant because of my computer just completely froze. My whole computer just froze, and I don't know why, but I think it was because of a game. A game was very buggy, and once I deleted the game, it's all back to normal. And there's nothing wrong. I'm not lagging as much as I was in the other playthrough. Like the other playthrough, I was getting like 20 FPS, and this game is very small. It's like only 9 gigs. I think around 9 gigs. And I should not. My computer is very big. It's really very big computer. It's a very advanced computer. There's no reason it should be There's just absolutely no reason it should be lagging. With any game, that is, it could run. You shouldn't have like this game could run GTA 5 with full graphics. It will run at consistently 60 FPS. But with that just shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have been like that. That was just a glitch with another game. But luckily I got that under control. I deleted the game because it wasn't really, I didn't really use the game anymore, but sometimes it would just crash. Sometimes if the game crashed, it would just, my whole computer would just break and every game would lag. Not just that one, every single game would lag. And it was very infuriating. It got me very annoyed a lot of the time. But luckily, hopefully this game's gonna be different. Yeah, so hopefully this playthrough will be a lot different, and you know, that will not happen again. But you can only hope for so much. I need to get this done quickly before night. Night is, well, the cannibals become more aggressive. But I don't really know why. I don't see why they would be nocturnal. Maybe they do live in caves. A lot of them live in caves, but it doesn't really. No, only the mutants live in caves actually. Alright, if I place one more dynamite here. If I get these 2 trees. Yeah, I got those 2 trees. Yeah, those 2 trees would make it a lot easier for me. Yeah, this game can get very creepy sometimes. It's very gory, this game is. Yeah, this game is very gory. It's probably one of the goriest games I've ever seen. It also has nudity sometimes, but it's like there's only nudity in really there's there's like the female cannibals, and there is some scientists, dead scientists, but that's the only real nudity there is. But the gore is intense. Like there is, like, if you saw it, you might have saw it at the cannibal camp that I was in today. The whole thing was just completely screwed. There was tennis players with like their whole bodies just completely ripped open. I need to finish this fast. There was like tennis players with there was like a tennis player with their entire chest cavity ripped open, their heart was taken out, their lugs were taken out. And yeah, you might have seen that, but I didn't really look at it. In my other playthrough, I looked a bit closer at it for some reason. But yeah, I didn't really look at it that even closely. Also, if you're cutting down a lot of trees, there'll be a lot more cannibal attacks. This is why it could be a bit better if you it could be a bit more safer for you to play in multiplayer. And it's a lot more easier to fight caves because it's just a lot more easier if you're going into a cave. I can can sleep now. Actually, you know, I should have made a drying rack. Actually, I'm gonna make a drying rack. B. And you can just go here. Actually, not a rabbit cage. Did not mean to make that. And you can just put 4 meat here. Alright, and I'm gonna sleep. If you sleep in here, by the way, you'll get an achievement. You'll get a 5-star hotel achievement. It's very good. And there's lots of loot in here. You can just spam E through this whole thing like I'm doing. And sort of talking about, like, this whole place is filled with loot. And you can just spam E. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the video here. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, yeah, like. But yeah, it's a very good game. I do suggest you play it. I've had a lot of fun with it, and if you probably should get a friend to play it. It's more fun. You don't have to, but you know, it's a lot more fun if you get a friend to play it. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Bye.